Last Saturday, I attended a special event in my city. It was the Kolkata Toys and Games Fest, which was held at the Indian Council for Cultural Relations. I haven't been to this venue before and I did not have much of an idea about what to expect from the event. I knew Poke Central India, the TCG seller from this year's Comic Con, would be there. So I went there without much expectation, just for the sake of checking it out. The ticket price was only 20 rupees per head for both Saturday and Sunday. So we purchased the tickets and entered the floor. When we got there, it was already quite crowded. It shows that a huge section of young people in Kolkata are into these pop culture events. I could see some people playing Uno right outside the hall. And from the poster, it became clear that the event was not as small as I expected. Let me show you what the vendors were selling at the event. Apart from anime merch and other handmade items, there was a store that was selling official Lego products. I am not into Lego, but I was hoping that they had those Pokemon Lego sets. Sadly, they did not have them. I also saw some Match Attacks cards from Tops. They were the first TCG products I noticed at the event. Already a better start than this year's Kolkata Comic Con. I did not realize this, but there is a good demand for Hot Wheels in my city. Even though I don't collect them, it was good to see young collectors being excited about these things. As I turned towards the other end, I spotted a Pokemon TCG vendor, TCG Azo, with a bunch of bulk cards, mystery packs and some cool singles on display. Next to that was another TCG seller, MEIRL. I guess these two vendors were working together. Anyways, they had a few sealed products along with a few binders full of cool Pokemon cards and some chase cards from the vintage era as well as the modern era. At the stall, I met one of my subscribers, Sam, who loves to collect Cynthia cards. Glad to see that he has a proper goal for his collection. Turns out he is also building a Pokédex collection.
I am just completing my Pokédex right now. Okay, yeah. I am completing my Pokédex and I have like 170 cards left only.
Okay, wow. That's amazing. Since it was getting a little crowded at the TCG stall, I decided to move ahead and look for Poke Central India's stall. And after searching for a few seconds, I spotted him at the end of that row. His stall was also quite crowded. I did not tell him that I was coming, so he was pleasantly surprised. While he usually sells Pokemon booster packs, booster boxes and mystery packs, I noticed that he has also kept a bunch of toy cars. These were from the brands Matchbox and Burago. However, he was busy selling Pokemon cards. So yeah, this event had 3 stalls dedicated to Pokemon TCG. For a Pokemon card collector like me, this was a better experience than Comic Con. While you could find anime merch almost everywhere on the floor, one vendor was selling a variety of Beyblades. Boy, that brings back a lot of childhood memories. At one corner of the hall, they had a couple of gaming PCs where kids were playing FIFA and a fighting game, like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. Back at Poke Central stall, people were opening mystery packs. If you saw my Kolkata Comic Con vlog, you must have recognized these mystery packs. Let's see what cards they pulled. They both got only hollows. Tough luck. Next, I visited the Amy IRL stall once again to see if I could score something. It was so crowded that I could not film much. So let me show you what I bought. I got these hollow cards illustrated by Akira Igawa. She is definitely one of my top 3 favorite artists. Anyways, back to the vlog. After spending close to an hour at the event, we left the venue to find some food. Since it was raining outside, we went to a cafe nearby for some beverages. However, we wanted some solid food too. So we took our bike and went to Elgin Roastery. This place had better ambience and more food options. We ordered a plate of grilled harissa chicken along with cheese fondue. That was all for that day. I really love the fact that the TCG scene in Kolkata is growing and people are actually interested in collecting Pokemon cards despite their rising prices. If you have not watched my previous vlog, you can find it here. Until next time, this is Ace TCG signing off.